You are great because you are great. You are great without comparison. You can walk into a room and you don't need to be praised in order to know that you're that girl.
I'm waiting on you, waiting on you. I said I'm waiting on you, waiting on you. Make a move. I'm waiting on you, yeah.
Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jo and I'm your new favorite mindset and self-improvement coach. And on today's episode, we're going to be continuing to just talk about, past stories that I experienced and going through my experiences that shaped me into the woman that I am today. Emphasis, the confident woman that I am today. So stay tuned, take notes, and let's dive in. Sis, have you ever been dating a guy and while you're dating this guy, you kind of find yourself, starting to compare yourself to other women, to judge yourself, and just do all these things that don't really serve you. Maybe, let's say, maybe you're not in a full-blown relationship. Maybe you're in a situationship. And, when you're in a situationship, you don't really have, that much say-so because you're not committed. But, you're starting to think of all these other girls that he could be talking to. Maybe you saw him like a post of another girl on Instagram. And now you have begun to judge yourself, compare yourself. Her hair is longer than mine. Maybe her butt's bigger than mine, whatever it may be. But you're just spiraling into this downward spiral of negative thoughts and it's bringing you down and it's starting to show. I'm going to tell you, why that should never be a thing. And what you truly need to understand is this one concept. You are irreplaceable. There's only one you on this earth. There'll only be one you. And there will never, ever, ever be another you. And you have to look at that from a point of power and hone in on that and understand just how impactful and important that is, especially on your journey to becoming her. Now, let's be real. We've all been there. We've all been there where you and your homegirl, you're sending her somebody else's page to go look at because you saw someone like this and you're doing all this detective work and it's all rooted back to you not feeling like you're enough. Because if you understood that you're irreplaceable, you'd never feel the need to compare yourself to anyone else because you'd understand like, hey, yeah, she's cute, she's hot, maybe she does have a big butt, but you know what? I'm pretty great too, right? I'm smart, I'm cute, my butt maybe isn't the biggest, but yeah. And, other things that actually matter, like your heart, your morals, your values, and all those other things. That's why you really have to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to be very intentional about who you're dating, right? Because the wrong man can ruin and will ruin your life. And we don't want that. We don't want that, right? We want you to be with someone that helps you see the best in you. Right? Helps you continue to thrive and become more confident just by being with them. And so it's important that you stay away from the guys that make you feel less than, that make you question your worth, that make you double guess where you guys stand, that aren't certain when it comes to you because you deserve that. It's you. And when you find yourself dating a guy where he's not honoring you and now you're starting to think less of yourself or you're starting to compare yourself. It's so important that you get away from that and you get away from that as fast as you can because the only place that whole thing is going is down, right? Your confidence is going down. The situationship is going down in the dirt. And I just hate the term situationship because ew. But you have to understand that there's always something you can do. And that one thing is going to be choosing you. When another woman walks into the room or you see, another woman on the internet, her shining should never, ever, ever dim your light because it doesn't, right? It's all up here. How are you perceiving her? How are you perceiving yourself? And so you have to know that, you are who you are and let someone else shine and have that not take away from your confidence within yourself and your abilities, right? Just because you see someone doing great things, it doesn't automatically mean that you're less, unless that's what you choose for it to mean. And so what you have to acknowledge is that, Her light shining doesn't dim mine. Her, receiving attention doesn't take away from me. There's enough for everyone to eat. And that you are great because you are great. You are great without comparison. You can walk into a room and you don't need to be praised in order to know that you're that girl. You can be confident on your own because you simply believe in, who you are, your abilities, and all the other great things about you that maybe people just haven't seen yet. And that's okay. But what's not okay is you not seeing that, right? Is you not being aware of your greatness, is you not knowing you're that girl. That's where you never want to get. Forget about what other people think, forget all that. What do you think? How do you feel about yourself? Right? Because at the end and the beginning of the day, that's all that really matters. Here's the truth. The person that is for you is for you. If that's your man, sis, that's your man. And you don't need to perform. You're not going to have to convince him of anything because he's going to see the material. Right? If you're showing up as you day in and day out, he's going to see the material. And if he likes what he sees, he's going to do what he needs to do to be your man. And that's it. A lot of women get into the habit of performing or thinking that they need to do more if a man isn't, moving at the rhythm that you'd like him to move. When no, the man that is for you, the right man, he's going to see exactly who you are. Right, especially if you're being yourself day in and day out. And if that's what he wants, he's going to come and get that. You don't got to do nothing. You don't got to go out there and go get lip filler because so-and-so got lip filler or go get a BBL because so-and-so got a BBL. No, the man for you will like you for you. Just how you are, right? You don't have to go do XYZ. All you need to do is be yourself. I used to think that being the most confident meant, being the baddest in the room, but it's not about that. What it's about is about being the realist, right? Because, we got baddies everywhere all day and you see on Instagram, but what about being the realist, right? The realist to yourself, the realist to other people. And it's not about, being impressive to people. It's about being authentic, right? Being true to you. Who are you, right? Because if you're being the same you day in and day out, people are going to, trust you more. And that should matter more to you than you just, getting in contact with people or becoming friends with people because of who they think you are and not who you really are, or trying to impress people and perform again for someone just to fit in or just to be accepted. No, accept yourself for who you are because there's no one else you need to be but you. So stop chasing validation and competition and trying to compete with other women, trying to one-up this other girl or trying to, just do anything outside of your norm to win this imaginary competition. Because you have to understand that you are who you are because that's who you are. And you have to honor that. And you have to show up as that woman, that confident woman, right? Confident in her looks, confident in her abilities, confident in her skills. And know that because you're so confident in this, it's who you are. It's not an act, right? It's not a facade. This is you. And that should be important to you because at the end of the day, you being who you are sets the tone for your entire life. The moment you start looking and trying to be someone else, you're not living your life. You're not living for you. You're living for them and whoever the them is. When all your energy, all your attention, all your focus needs to be poured into you leveling up and doing what you need to do to become that higher version of yourself and to become that version of yourself that loves herself, that is happy with herself, that is content with herself, that doesn't feel the need to look left and look right when she's doing what she's doing to compete or compare. So sis, if this message spoke to you, go ahead and share it with your sister that you know needs to hear this so that she knows that she doesn't compete because no one else compares. That's you, that's me, that's us. So thank you so much again for tuning into this episode. And if you're a woman that is on her journey of becoming, on the journey of healing, of transforming her life, especially if you want to do it before the end of 2025. I highly encourage you to check out the Confidence Bible. I'll link it down below for you. Super easy. All you have to do is just, look below and click that link. And it's a workbook that I've put everything that I've learned for the last, 5 to 7 years, and the experiences that I went through that shaped me, right, into being the woman that I am today. I put that all in the Confidence Bible. I put my heart and soul into it. So I definitely want you to check it out. There's more information down below for you. Just click that link and make sure that if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned. And I can't wait to see you again in the next episode.